course he did.
Shh. What's up, guys? Jez here from Whiskefy, and welcome to another episode of WhiskefyTV. This is episode, don't know because I didn't write that down, episode 151 it would be actually, from memory, because last week we did 150, so that's where we land, 151.
Oh yeah.
Why are we not doing something that's 151 proof? That'd be fun.
Do I have anything that's that
I don't even think...
Not, I don't have any bourbons.
that would be fucking huge. 151 in rum.
Yeah, I've got rum.
Jesus. Literally, that sample in my head. Chaotic. But, as you can see, we are not at the Whiskefy Brothel of Love. We are at...
The Whiskefy Den.
I'd say it's more of a brothel. You see what I'm fucking running through there every fortnight?
Are you talking about me and JC?
Yes, I am. And speaking of, as I said, I'm not in my place. I am at Jakob's place, Mr. Gloucester Lane. Please, sir, welcome to your own house.
My
What
own
are
house.
you?
Ooh, I know, I'm not checking.
You were so close. You were like,
No, it was very close. It was very close.
I love you.
Thank
Love you. You're
Thank
not wearing shoes though.
Yeah,
Hello.
I'm in a house.
I'm on speedy boy today.
Well, I don't even wear shoes of yours.
That's that's probably
true, yeah.
more true. Thank you for having me at
All
this.
good.
I can see this glass coffee table's been well used.
No, we just cleaned it up.
You just cleaned it, yeah.
All over it.
Yeah.
Emma's like, you fucking assholes.
I can even see the cut marks in it. But anyway, right
Yeah,
here.
there is.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that because that's not what we use glass coffee tables for. Or is it?
Allegedly.
This is very special. Actually, do you know what's funny? Amber kind of covered this really well. She was like 151 rum, and we are doing something rum finished.
Look at that.
How good is that?
Nice little segue.
See, like we do that, but you can see we have a bottle. I'm very mindful. I'm like not.
I'm talking about like the glass. And
Yeah, no,
it's
I was
so
like-
and just the whole thing.
like that. We have a bottle of Angels Envy finished rye right there. Let me get that in nice and close. You can see that terribly from the light. So I'll bring it back. Move over here, up here, and up here. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Love it. It's nice and bubbly too. Is that how you like your rum? Bubbly.
It's actually quite lovely.
It is. Not like the other one where I just push it off, because this is...
There's no carpet here.
There's no carpet here. And the amount of... Andy asked me as well, like when we were at the Brown Foreman event, he was like, keep pushing bottles. Like, how are they not breaking?
At least you know he's watching it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there was also another discussion of how crazy we get, and he wanted to know the transition of Whiskefy and why it has gotten to this point. He was like, you were very serious at the start. Now it's a little bit loose. But I understand my audience, my market, and everyone enjoys a little bit of chaos in their week. And it's only 20 to 30 minutes of your time. Now we're getting it down to like a tight 30. I'm really impressed. We're doing well.
If we can get it to like 20, I think it'd be better.
Oh, killer. If we can get it, like we're at the 40, 45 at one point.
Oh, geez.
Chaos. And
60 minutes in one of them. Oh, that was for all.
yeah, and that's a big jack off. But that was like 12 bottles. So like we were doing one bottle every 5 minutes.
Yeah, one every 5 minutes.
So if that's quick maths. Yeah, like Amber's impression. We're like, actually that's right. How did you even do the numbers on that? We are missing a beautiful character in our little amigos, but he is shit because that little fucker. He's a big fucker. He's a big fucker in our team, but
The blue cunt. I mean, we'll just cut that out.
we're not. No,
Cut that out.
only if he's got a rope around his neck.
Yes,
because he'd be blue.
Yep, yeah, I got that.
That or if he's Eiffel 65.
Eiffel 65. There's your belly. She's like, okay, anyway, we're going to do this.
I can't believe you didn't get... Do you know who Eiffel 65 is? Look at this bougie glassware.
I don't know who Eiffel 65 is. Who's Eiffel 65?
Song I'm Blue.
Really? Did you get that? I didn't.
You are like my generation. We were born almost in the same year. But you come from generational wealth. You don't have hood ties, so you don't listen to that kind of music.
Anyway, JC's not here because he thought he was better than us and went to Gold Coast.
Byron.
Oh, he's stayed in the Gold Coast and then drove down.
Is he? Oh, he's so bougie.
He's such a little fucking white boy.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you got lawyer money. Right? Fuck
Yes.
JC. This week, fuck JC. He's going to watch this back too. I'm not going to tell him anything that happens.
Fuck you, JC. Fuck you.
But you were on point duty, good. So you got the glasses.
Yeah, I got the glasses out. I'm not going to throw them here just because...
No, we don't expect to do anything.
Jesus. There's corks.
Do you want to see another cork that breaks?
There we go.
She a boingy boy too. Go boing.
This one or this one?
Whatever you want.
This one's closer. There's one. And there's two. I didn't polish them before you came. How rude.
That's okay. I generally expect you to polish them. Oh,
The old tag for it.
thought we were going to save this for JC.
Anyway, he was getting involved.
So as you guys can see, Angels Envy Rye. Obviously, I don't have my book with me because we're shooting on location, but it is.
You make it sound so official.
It is official. This is the JWWH legal headquarters we're shooting from.
Then my
This is the home office.
lawyer's
essentially.
not here at the moment because he's in the Gold Coast. Yeah.
The other partner in the firm. And Ben's shit too.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck Ben.
He could have been, but he's not.
Yeah, no,
He would have been doing something better if he was here, but no, he's not.
no, stag off. Stag do.
Stag do.
Stag do. If anyone steals that, I'll come around your house and shit in your letterbox. It is 100 proof and it is
50%?
50%.
Yeah.
That's
Not available in Australia.
No.
Flies around $80 in the States. 80 to 90.
95.5
95.5 MGP.
and 6 to 7 years old.
Yep.
We did that pretty fucking well considering that. I've seen it for about $99 in the US. Is like the high end. But I do have a trusty assistant this evening. Amber will be taking care of our little content brief because I didn't have my book, obviously. So, Amber, you are more than welcome to
Voice from the Edge.
Voice from the Edge. You get a night off for once.
Angels Envy was founded by Wes Henderson, son of late industry icon Lincoln Henderson. Before his passing in 2013, Lincoln worked selecting and blending whiskies for Angels Envy. Angels Envy whiskies made their first appearance in 2011, and we've seen 3 expressions so far. Cask strength bourbon finished in port barrels, bourbon finished in port barrels, and rye finished in rum casks.
Port barrels.
Port's down there.
Oh.
In early 2015, the Angels Envy company was acquired by Bacardi Ltd. Despite the acquisition, it's reported that Angels Envy will continue to operate as an independent company. Company founder Wes Henderson continues to serve as a master ambassador and chief innovation officer, and his son Kyle Henderson serves as production manager.
Is she nutty?
It's weird. It's weird.
That's like a weird nut note.
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
I almost think it's Beam. Beam finished in port
Thank you
barrels?
for that, Amber.
Thank you, Amber.
So obviously it is finished in a rum barrel.
Rum cask, so obviously they'd be using that 151
So we've heard, we've been told. where did the plantation thing come from?
So I don't know if plantation is the new batch
That might
because we were talking
Yeah.
to
Mate.
actually it came from Simon. Yeah, so that information
Actually,
came from the New South Wales ex-brand ambassador for Angels Envy. Actually, I think he might have been Australia-wide.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because obviously Angels Envy isn't heavily represented in Australia, hence one brand ambassador for
The country.
the country, which
It's
is funny
ridiculous.
that. So, yeah, there's a new batch that was using the plantation rum,
I'm not sure it was plantation.
or it was plantation rum early, and then they moved to Bacardi because obviously it only makes
Brand
sense
acquisition, yeah.
from the brand acquisition. So,
But yeah, anyway. XXO rum barrels, which previously housed cognac. So
Yeah.
it was cognac finished rum, then those rum barrels come across to Angels Envy and they finish off the rye, which they get from MGP.
which is like really interesting because we're going like rum, then cognac.
Cognac first.
Cognac, then rum. So we'd probably get a lot more of that sweetness from like the rum, because obviously the rum would be absorbing that. cognac and just be like essentially minimal cognac.
I was gonna say, did you want to taste the cognac to see what it tastes like, or you don't need that?
Do you know what? Like I guess
for the
it provides like a little bit of depth, and it's not something we can typically do at my place because I don't keep cognac. But we are in the law offices, and Jacob just. Are you right?
Well, there's a plant. That's the wrong plantation. There's one.
Okay, so plantation. Oh,
No, that's the one I want. There we go. 69 proof. 69% rather.
69 proof. Oh, alright. 69. Dinner for two.
That's a cognac. That's
A meal the whole family can enjoy.
dusty. That's incesty.
Yeah, but how would you not want a little bit of family love?
So essentially,
Table?
okay, stand here.
Oh, Martel.
So essentially, it's going. What am I doing?
Hold on.
So we've got a cognac barrel that went to, if we remember correctly, plantation.
Yeah.
Plantation then finishes MGP, and it ends up that.
That's
Ignore that. They can go.
That's pineapple. Pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice.
And then that is the sonical. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, so you're getting rum and raisins, a bit of hokey pokey sweetness, like hokey pokey ice cream. Get the fuck out. But like massive rum and raisin ice cream on the nose. Is that like an international thing, hokey pokey ice cream, or is that just an Australian thing?
I don't know. We're just doing
Or
hokey pokey.
Australian, New Zealand thing.
I don't know. Why don't you ask the people that created hokey pokey?
But yeah, you get, just for the sake of, there's
I'm the idiot. Okay.
that's so you can just kind of pick up where the rum notes are, not rum notes, the cognac notes are in there. And then here's so you can see where those plantation rum notes are coming from.
This is like an interesting way we can build this beverage up.
There you go, so you got your cognac, your overproof plantation,
Ah, okay.
and then obviously your
It's like
MGP to get to this level stage.
still like a heap of sweetness there, which is very
Oh, it's bloody cognac. Of course it's going to be sweet.
yeah, but like there's
Yes,
no
he's never tried it before.
no. Not this.
Fuck off. I've got no cordon bleu left, sorry. But I do have the SOP.
You're so bougie. But this is what happens. We're in the JWWH law offices. Legal.
Legal team, yeah.
Legal.
And then there's your plantation.
Thank you. Yeah, it's no Bundy.
No, it's no Bundy. So obviously that's the overproof, so 69%. So not quite
Yeah, but like
151, but
it doesn't even. We're close though.
we're close, we're close.
We are so close.
We've got the Archie Rose one up there. I don't think that's 151. No, it's not 151 either.
Good lord. What would we be at for 151? That'd be.
75.5.
So we'd be like grappa territory. I'm like, what else is like. Because we're not going to be able to get rum that high. Maybe GTFs?
Yeah, we get hazmats.
Yeah, like we.
That's 72.7. That's the highest rum I've got.
Jesus! Archie Rose, what are you doing, son?
Yeah, the high test glasses.
How was that?
The hazmat at that I was going to go get today. If we're doing anything.
Oh yeah, the stag.
Yeah, that was 74.
Mm.
It's not quite there, but. So anyway, notes. Go for it.
Yeah, so you were, and that's why, because we've like obviously tried this before. This is, I guess, nothing new, but just you're right, like just that, kind of like ice cream sweetness. Overall,
Yeah.
like you're just gonna stick your nose into a tub of
ice cream.
rum and raisin, like hokey pokey, little chunks of honeycomb
Yeah, you
there.
get those honeycomb, you
Like
get overly dry raisins, sultanas.
yeah, it like overly dry. That finish.
Yeah, that Peter's rum and raisin ice cream. Like,
Yeah.
it's weirdly sweet.
I'm
You think it
looking
tastes
for
like rum.
excuse to just drop the video in, probably like here.
I heard
Bite the pillow, bitch.
Video of what?
pillow biting. Because we love a dry finish.
But yeah, and just for those playing at home, this is
Oh yeah,
batch number 11.
Right, you finally caught on what I was talking about.
Batch 11, and so from a few years ago now, and not available in Australia. So that was a parallel import, so we could get it here.
And we're slowly starting to get it in. So also, fuck you, Nate, for not bringing it in.
And Simon for not bringing it in before Nate.
Simon's okay. We like Simon now. He doesn't work for Angels Envy.
Yeah, that's true. It works. Jolene's good bar.
Jolene's, yeah, it's a great bar. Angels Envy with the brand ambassador, not so much.
Yeah, nose is very sweet. You do get
Nate loves the banter. Let me tell you, Nate loves the banter. It's fine.
I'm not here to burn bridges.
I am. I love you, Nate. You know, it's all love. He's not going to watch this.
Probably.
I want to tag him though. It's going to be the Denver and Lily scenario all over.
Finally corrected himself. Look at that.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do it. I was waiting and I'll just do it.
So for the sake of comparison, we'll just try some of just a normal MGP.
Yeah, like just for it because, as I said, like it's 6 to 7 years old.
And this is 7 years.
And what was the proof on that one?
This is 50, this is 56.3.
Okay, so obviously we're moving up a little bit higher. What are we, 12, 13 points higher?
Yeah, so this is still your same.
You're pouring like in a whole different environment. We normally have to share a glass because we're like, now we've got our own little. Actually, that's very like similar minus the like overly sweetness, overly sweetness.
Yeah, if you remove some of those notes that you pick up here.
Yeah, so obviously, and you can tell like majority of that is coming from that rum barrel.
Yeah.
But that's literally what they could be doing is just shipping barrels of Rossville down there and go, hey, dump it in this plantation rum barrel, finish it for 15 minutes, and then we'll bottle it.
Just do it to Australia.
And it's like a wet cask.
Make an Australian rip-off, just ship over some...
States Craft and Bundy.
That's what I say, how get a Bundy cask that used to hold some old brandy.
Yeah,
and then
she's gonna be wet too. Oh. Sorry, would you prefer moist? Heavily seasoned?
I just don't want you putting any innuendos that don't need to be in there.
They're already there. What are you? I'm here to build.
For an affordable cask strength rye, that is amazing.
Well, you did say that just saw a huge price increase.
No, not a price increase, just not a $1.
Yeah, massive. I don't know how people are going to be able to feed their kids. But, like, for Ross and Squid bringing the... Uncle Dan's and Ross and Squid being able to bring that price point for...
Remus repeal.
Remus
repeal drop, but normal Remus didn't. That stayed the same.
Yeah, but that's $99. Like,
yeah.
That's a great price for it, considering, like...
47% in Australia, which is normally taxed a bit higher.
Yeah, Uncle Dan's is doing us a solid there. Also, advocate for Uncle Dan's to come on for an episode of this, because this is going to be very interesting to get an exec on. There'll be all kinds of boundaries pushed.
Once upon a time, you could try and push for Josh to come on, because he was the
spirits consultant
for New South Wales.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now is it the oak barrel?
And we don't want to borrow him.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, Josh.
Yeah, I'm not here to burn bridges, but then you're just like, well, we liked Josh about 15 minutes ago, now we're like, nah, I don't think so. See, and we normally have JC to bring us back on track.
Yeah, we're sort of missing it.
This is what I said, I was like, John, this is either going to be the best or the worst episode of all time. There's no fingering of mouths and there's still time. There's always time for a cheeky digit in the...
But anyway, on the palate, what are you getting? Similar sort of notes that you get on the nose?
Yeah.
It's sort of sweet. It smells sweeter on the nose than it does on the palate. Dribbling?
No, like, this bougie glass where I'm not familiar with, I gotta like manipulate my mouth in a way where I don't dribble. It's like a sippy cup, essentially. And I know I'm 12, but I just can't handle this level of stress when I'm trying to...
Be responsible.
Yeah, like, I have to rein it in this time because JC's on here. And JC's the handbrake of the group, let's be fair. Old handbrake, handmake brake face. Handbrakey make face brake. We got there.
The typical rye notes on the palate. You get a little bit of that sweetness coming through. It's not as sweet as you expect based off the nose. You still get some of those rum finishing notes that come through, but that cognac note that you get on the nose isn't necessarily there on the palate.
Yeah.
You don't get those dried raisins or that
No.
grape
Yeah, it's definitely...
juice note.
Yeah. It's still carrying, like, typical rye spice. Like, you're still getting that 6-7-year-old juice, like, essentially.
Yeah. But finishes kind of short medium. It's not a very...
I wouldn't say it's a long finish. Like, I've definitely had a longer finish. And then, like, trying whiskey, like... You having a stroke? I'm talking about the whiskey. What do you...
I'm not commenting.
I've definitely finished in a shorter period of time. Is that...
You finished in a shorter and a longer period.
And a longer period at the same time.
Yeah. At the same. 24 hours, 1 minute, is that what you're saying?
No. Breaking the speed barrier. Yeah.
Yep, gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm able to manipulate time.
Breaking the speed barrier allows you to manipulate time.
Speed of light, yes.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, because I can move forward in time.
Okay.
Therefore,
so anyway,
and making it take
wrap it all around. Is there anything else you want to compare this to? Or do you think that this sort of like transition to say what this is?
Yeah, it's very much. I can't do that. I normally have my bar to like do things on it. I'm like, I've got all these bottles on the floor now that I'm not used to having at my feet. It's very much one of those things.
What are you talking about? You've got bottles all on the ground in your bar.
They're like underneath the bar, and then I can't normally kick them because I normally push them with my foot. And I'm like, that is a bottle. Here I'm like, let's just move my foot over here, and it's like, let's knock over 8 bottles.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So it's just like, it's sweet rye, and it's not something we're used to for like 95.5. Our exposure in Australia for 95.5 is very much like bullet rye. That's about it for like general consumption.
Yeah, it was down here somewhere.
I saw it. Yeah. So like even like I won't even need to pour this because we know like Diageo just made a huge acquisition of a really great brand. I
don't even want to grab the bottles. They don't deserve to be on display.
Yeah, Jacob's a huge fan, but you know if
massive fan.
Yeah. And if they don't provide age statements, he will sue. And so... What?
You're a fuck. Anyway, continue so we can wrap this. I don't know what's going on. I just don't know what's going on.
So yeah, we don't really see like 95.5 at good age statements other than like... you bullet and then your Ross and Squibb stuff. So, like, seeing Angels Envy is interesting, but like $600
$600
was the last time it was up for sale. Yeah.
That's not what
legit. Yeah,
that is not what I paid.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So,
yeah,
it's like,
okay.
is it?
That is not okay.
You're telling me. And like for $99 in the US, and then.
Yeah, so if you $99 in the US, again, using that 2.5 times, we should expect to see it here for 200 to 250.
Yeah.
I paid 220. That falls within that range.
Yeah, I'm like probably $200 is like that sweet spot for
something like that.
Yeah, like because it's hard. Like obviously it's finished, therefore more labor intensive. So you know they've got to age it for X amount of time, and then like 100 proof. But this is... Then we've got like that weird tax rule in Australia where it's just like $99 per 100% alcohol by the litre.
Yeah, correct.
So, like we've got to be mindful of that when pricing our bottles out.
Yeah.
So even so, I think $200 is still a stretch for that. And like it's hard because I don't think I'd pay $200 for that, like at 100 proof.
At the time, I'd never had it before, and I wanted to try it.
It's an interesting bar pour. Like,
it's a bar pour. Yeah, and that's where I put it. I wouldn't say buy.
Mm.
I wouldn't say pass because it is interesting to try it against, especially other finished ryes. But I wouldn't buy it again.
Yeah,
I wouldn't buy it again.
it's got. I just had like went for another taste. It's got this weird kind of like syrupy note to it.
Yeah, it's got a weird. Like
it literally could be a bad batch though. Like
Yeah, well,
from what I heard, like since they
That's
recently
fair.
changed the barreling over for it, like it could be amazing. And we're just like this one, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly that.
But also, like when we first saw Angels Envy in Australia, it was priced extremely high. Obviously, with the
It's now
market
come right
moving,
down.
it's come right down. Obviously, being able to order it by the case.
Yeah, and the batch that I've got is a horrible batch, and the batch we had recently at the Sydney,
Which was the new stuff,
show,
yeah.
that was very good.
Yeah.
And, like if I hadn't have tried that, I'd never touch it again.
Yeah.
The batch on the ground.
Yeah.
was horrible.
But also, we work in an environment where, like, we're able to try incoming batches and, just go give her like a few different pieces of insight for like consumers and everything else.
But for $70 difference between these two in Australia at least, I'd buy that over that.
Yeah,
Not just because it's cheaper, but I think it's better. But I would get a bar pour of this again, especially if it was a different batch
I'm getting like a heap of like that mentholy.
on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it still feels really green.
Yeah, I get that.
If you like, just to kind of, I don't even know how to put it into words. It's just like it noses really green, like it very heavy on that rye spice on the
No,
nose.
it's another 955.
Yeah.
Typical.
So like even though it is slightly hotter, like I think with the Angels Envy, it definitely does it justice by having that rum finished.
Tames it down.
Yeah.
Does cut that spice, but adds in a whole lot of sweetness, especially on the nose.
Yeah.
Especially on the nose.
And like, so flip it. So like we enjoy ryes just like as this, but like if we're going from like say a bourbon to a rye, and rather than giving them a sweet rye, so like a
Kentucky rye.
like Kentucky rye or like a Wilderness Trail rye.
Oh, sweet mash.
Yeah. So the sweet mash is non-sour mash, so they clean the tanks out completely.
Yeah.
But like they use a heavier corn rather than heavier rye.
Because what is their mash? I can't remember.
56. I feel like it's like 56 or something. I can't remember, but it's
Don't know.
Macaulay will probably yell at me. So sorry, Dad. Sorry, Macaulay, don't watch this. But yeah, like I find that that's still really approachable for. I'm going to say less offensive. If people are like new to ryes and they want to try something a little bit sweeter, and then they're like, oh yeah, I like ice cream. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's just for me anyway. I can have one.
Yeah, I think one
That's
and
it.
done. So like,
Whereas this,
I
I can have multiple of that and be fine. It has a bit of sweetness, but it's not overly sweet. With this one, it's one, done.
I feel like she's a lot hotter on the nose though.
Yeah. Well, again, it is 56.
But like more of that rice spice, not of like alcohol heat.
Gotcha. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that could be a good comparison, but I don't think so.
Like we, prior to filming, like we did go and look through, but like other than like your Kentucky stuff, which we know is still going to be sweeter, there's not really too much you can compare
No,
it
not in
to.
terms of a... No, not really.
Because it's all so few and far between, but there is a reason why they use 95.5 finished. Like it's very simple. Like it's good, don't get twisted. But it's like, could I sit there and sip it all night? I'm like, you're probably going to get one, maybe two out of me, if it's at the right price.
If you're a bourbon drinker, not a rye drinker, I think you could sit on this for a bit.
Yeah.
If you're a rye drinker, no. If you're a Scotch drinker, I think you would enjoy it too much.
Do you know what? I'd probably sit on it all night. Like, say it's $200 a bottle in Australia, and it's sitting on the back bar of Nola for their 49% off on.
When first Wednesday of the month, yeah.
Like, well, this is the second Wednesday of the month, so it's like pick your Wednesday.
No, this was a Melbourne Cup.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly. But yeah, like if you're a bourbon drinker and you're like, hey, I want to get into rye, like I'd probably grab something like that. And do you know what? Like 5 mils in a glass and go, try this, let me know what you think.
Yep.
And then it's like, okay, that's probably too sweet. And it's like, all right, maybe we should move to like a Wilderness Trail or like a Kentucky Rye. So like a Michter's or...
But then if you wanted a sweet rye, then
Mill Creek.
The barrel spirits, I guess you call them.
Yeah. Barrel craft.
Barrel craft, that's it. The pick that WHA did.
Yeah,
that is a good introduction to
the Bumblebee.
MGP. That is sweet. That is a sweet.
Yeah, she was like real levels of honey sweetness.
Honey sweet. And then in comparison, say like the Pinnock Vertical 5.
Yep. We did actually have
comparison again.
Yeah. I don't think we need to though.
No,
like, I think we covered it really well.
Yeah. I guess that's it then.
Done. So yeah, I'm going bar on this one. I don't think I'd pick up any more than one, only because like I'm a bourbon guy, but also appreciate a fine rye. But then on the flip side, I'm like, yeah, I'm a rye guy, and then like drink bourbon sometimes. So I couldn't really sit on that all night, and I couldn't justify a $600 spend, or even if we're seeing it for like $300, I probably couldn't justify it then.
No, not even then.
Only because the amount of time I spend buying bottles.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
bar. If you said a bar, give it a bar pour.
Yeah. And if you're at not like
single,
get
double,
a
whatever.
double pour for the 49% off, and I will see you guys there next week. But that won't be certainly like 3 weeks ago. So whatever.
No, this will be in a week then.
But by the time this drops, because this is
then December.
Because I got one and then this. So it's like 3 weeks time. So it'd be 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but then the one in December for the first week of December.
Oh, can't rule you crazy.
Yeah, look at that.
Okay, cool. If you guys see this, go to know. God, I was like, yeah, but I'm talking about this week. And I'm like, there's another one coming, but no, it's like my friend of the year.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I haven't had this much whiskey. Like, I actually haven't had a lot. It's been.
You did have a fair amount up front before you.
I really didn't have much though.
Yeah, I guess.
Like compared to our usual amount, like I was cooked after the jack off, and then we poured the jacks. But yeah, bar it. But
definitely bar.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Please let me know how you guys thought about this episode, not having JC in it. I know it was a bit of a letdown, and yeah, he threw his toys out of the cot. He was not a happy guy. We had to talk him down. But that's why we got the legal team of JWWH in, and he negotiated the terms of him coming back on board. So let's hope he'll be in next week. But we'll see how we go. Still going to be an uphill battle. He'll probably want a higher pay rise, but I'll give him double of what he's already getting.
Nothing.
3/5 of fuck all. Anyway, this has been episode 151, rum, finished, cognac cask of Angels Envy, and this is your beautiful Gloucester Lane.
And this is... Oh wait, he's not here.
Hey.
And this is...
Unless he's dead and then he's here in spirit.
Fuck him.
He's a corpse at this point, I probably wouldn't. Anyway, love you guys, stay thirsty, I'm Jez. That is Jacob, aka Gloucester Lane, aka JWWH Legal, and we are the JWWH Legal team. Stay thirsty, peace.